Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Culinary Cameron. Today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to show you how to make a nice simple sweet crust pastry at home. This is the basis for all tarts, so you can use this as the base for your caramel tarts, condensed milk tarts, chocolate tarts, anything like that. Anything that's sweet related, this is perfect for. All you're going to need 250 grams of plain flour, you're going to need 125 grams of salted butter, 80 grams of icing sugar, and 2 egg yolks. To start with, what we do is we get our butter. I've left this sit out on the bench for about half an hour just because I want it to soften. That makes it easier to work with. And then all we do with that is we mix that with the flour just with our hands, and just we want to get a nice even consistency and mix between the butter and the flour. So obviously the softer the butter the better. You can't melt the butter. If you melt the butter, it's just going to wreck it. So I recommend half an hour before you're ready to go, just leaving it sit out on the bench, and it will be really easy to work with. Now, as you'll see, it's starting to come together. It's all crumbly, it's golden, the butter's all through it, and that's exactly where we want that. Next up, 80 grams of icing sugar. We're going to add that, and we're going to do the same. We're going to mix that through until it's all consistent. You might see in the corner of the bowl just some lumps of flour. Just make sure you bring those in and mix it in. Next step, we've got our 2 egg yolks here. I'm just going to add a little bit of cold water with that, and then I'm just going to mix them up. And just add this slowly, bit by bit. Add a little bit, mix it, add a little bit more, mix it again, because you want to get the right consistency. Obviously, egg yolks can be different sizes. Just going to pull that out of there, and I'm just going to knead that on the bench now. And again, all I do to knead something, just grab it, fold it over, push it in, working all different ways. You can probably tell by the bench, the board that I'm using here, that my dough is probably just a little bit too wet. All we're going to do to combat that is we're just going to sprinkle a little bit more flour on and just knead it in. All to do, just a little bit more flour, sprinkle it over the top, and I'm just going to work that in. Right, so after some kneading, you'll see that's all come together like a perfect dough. And now all we need to do is we need to get this in the fridge for half an hour to an hour and just get that butter firming up again, and it'll just make it a bit easier to work with. All right, back here now with the short crust pastry, and it's been in the fridge, it's set, and we're just going to roll it out a little bit. Before we transfer it into our oiled tray. And once we transfer it, I'm just going to work it. I'm just going to continue to work that out until it covers the whole tray and up the sides. As you can see, that's all worked out now. No cracks, no gaps into the tray. I've got my oven preheated here at 160 degrees, and we're just going to blind bake this for 15 minutes. Just want to make sure the bottom, everything, the pastry layer is consistent and the same thickness all the way around. You'll see it's sticking up. There are little bits that overhang. That's fine. Once it's cooked, we'll just break them off and it'll be nice, neat and even. Last thing we need to do before it goes in, just get our fork. And this stops the base from bubbling, airing, or getting little pockets of air underneath it. Just like that, in it goes. All right guys, time has just gone off. We're gonna pull this out now. That's it, that's our tart shell there, ready to go, ready to fill. Great base for caramel tarts, passion fruit tarts, condensed milk tarts. Thanks for watching guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. As always, if you have, please like, share and subscribe. It really helps us continue to make content.